Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. This is Liberia Future TV Monday edition. Welcome to another exciting edition. I'm glad you all could join us. Those on social media and those in radio land on Care FM 95.9. We want to say welcome to all of you. Today we have an exciting show. Very, very exciting, very, very informative. So stick with us. We're going to be discussing an issue that is currently going on all over the country, but particularly Bond County, in a town called Sweet Money Town. So we will be discussing that, and then once we are done with our discussion, we'll be opening up the lines to get your take. So stick and stay with us, and let's go through this, okay? Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead. We're going to bring on our guests, and then we're going to discuss from there. Welcome. Please, if you're on social media, please share the show. Welcome to our guests. What we do here on Liberia Future TV is the first thing we do is we go through our headlines for the weekend from Monrovia. So if you guys just stand by, I will mute you just so you know. Just for now, and then we'll go through our headlines. And once we're done with our headlines, with our great sister, Lavetta Davis, then we'll come to our discussion. So please stand by, all of you, and we will get through to you. All right. Good evening, Lavetta. Good evening. How are you this Monday?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Awesome. Go ahead with the headline. I'm doing well. I'm excited for our show, and I'm doing well. You can go ahead with the headlines.
All right. Today is the 1st of June, 2026. Good evening and welcome to LIB Future, today's trending news stories. The political leader of the opposition Alternative National Congress, Alexander Cummings, says he will continue to hold the government accountable in its efforts to improve the lives of the Liberian people. Speaking to residents of Confor communities Sunday, Cummings said Liberians elect government with the expectation of transforming their living conditions, provide basic social services, and create employment opportunities for its citizens. He emphasized that whenever a government fails to meet the expectation of the people, the NC will continue to speak out and call attention to what he considers shortcomings and failures in governance. The NC political leader maintained that his criticism of the current administration is driven by his commitment to the country's development. He noted that while he wants every government to succeed for the benefit of the Liberian people, he remains unapologetic about criticizing the Unity Party administration when he believes it falls short of its responsibilities. Cummings further encouraged citizens to remain engaged in national affairs and demand accountability for elected officials. He stressed that constructive criticism and active public participation are essential to strengthening democracy and ensuring better governance in Liberia. Former Liberian President Helen Johnson Sirleaf has called for urgency in the completion of the Roberts International Airport Road Corridor, describing it as Liberia's main international gateway. Speaking during an interview on state radio, Madam Sirleaf expressed concern over the ongoing construction activities along the corridor, criticizing the initial phase of the roadworks as disorganized and confusing. Although she acknowledged that construction is progressing, the former president argued that more needs to be done to accelerate the pace of the project, calling on the Ministry of Public Works to provide regular public updates on the status of the road construction. According to the former president, the lack of adequate information from authorities has fueled public speculation surrounding the projects, stressing the importance of transparency and openness. She emphasized the critical need for the timely completion of the road, noting that the corridor serves as the country's entry point for international visitors and investors. Former President Sirleaf further acknowledged the significant financial investment attached to the project, particularly due to the ongoing construction of the dual garage road, but maintained that its completion remains essential to improving Liberia's national image and infrastructure development. Several Liberians have expressed growing frustration over the deteriorating sanitation condition in Monrovia, calling for the immediate dismissal of Monrovia City Mayor John Siafa. According to the aggrieved citizens, the capital city has witnessed a significant decline in cleanliness since the appointment of Mayor Siafa. They allege that despite repeated concerns about waste management and environmental sanitation, the city administration has failed to address the worsening situation, leaving many communities overwhelmed by garbage and unhealthy living conditions. The residents further accused the mayor of prioritizing personal comfort and luxury over the urgent needs of the city, arguing that no progress has been made under his leadership at the Monrovia City Corporation (MCC). Speaking in disappointment, the citizen claimed that the continued accumulation of waste across Monrovia has contributed to the spread of preventable diseases, including diarrhea, malaria, and typhoid fever. They stressed that poor sanitation poses a serious public health threat, particularly to children and vulnerable populations living in densely populated communities. The citizen also criticized President Joseph Boakai, accusing his administration of turning a blind eye to the alleged poor performance of some government officials. They argue that while ordinary Liberians struggle with harsh economic conditions and inadequate public services, Mayor Siafa and others continue to enjoy the benefits of public office without delivering meaningful results. Their concerns come amid recent comments by former President Helen Johnson Sirleaf, who publicly lamented the state of Monrovia's sanitation. Sirleaf described the Liberian capital as one of the dirtiest cities in Africa and urged authorities to take immediate and decisive action to restore cleanliness and improve waste. Former Mines and Energy Minister William Pay has revealed that Liberia's known iron ore reserves are valued at approximately 1.7 United States trillion, describing the country's mineral wealth as one of the greatest untapped economic opportunities in the region. Speaking over the weekend in Margibi, Mr. Pierre disclosed that records at the Ministry of Mines and Energy show Liberia possesses an estimated 70 billion tons of iron ore. According to him, based on a conservative market value of 100 United States dollar per ton, the country's iron ore deposit alone are worth about 1.7 trillion United States dollars. The former minister noted that despite the enormous value of Liberia's natural resources, many citizens continue to face economic hardship arguing that the country's vast mineral wealth has yet to translate into significant improvements in the lives of ordinary Liberians and called for greater national benefits from the extraction of natural resources. He revealed that a mining company operating in Grand Cape Brown County with 6 underground mines reportedly extracts about 31 United States dollars, 31 million United States dollars worth of gold every week, equivalent to more than 1.6 billion United States dollars annually. He claimed that Liberia receives less than 50 million United States dollars from the operation each year, raising concerns about the level of returns the country receives from its mineral sector. The leadership of the Liberian Senate has raised concerns over missing vehicles for chiefs of office staffs at the upper house. The Senate reportedly allocated 10,000 United States dollars to each senator to purchase a vehicle for their chief of office staff. According to information, while 12 senators are said to have honored the arrangement by providing the funds for vehicle purchases, reports indicate that 18 others allegedly failed to do so, leaving their COS without the promised vehicles. The situation has sparked public concern, with many questioning how money approved specifically for vehicles to be disbursed while the vehicles themselves remain unaccounted for. Critics argue that the issue raises serious concerns about transparency, accountability, and the management of public resources as questions continue to mount and Liberians are demanding answers that if the money was released for vehicles, where are the cars? Controversial controversial Representative Yeke Koluba has alarmed over the mysterious death of Arvin Tumbe. In a Facebook post, Representative Koluba said tension is reportedly rising over the controversial yellow machine deal as shocking allegations continue to emerge from inside sources. According to him, information reaching him states that the customs broker who was reportedly in charge of the 285 F moving machines and allegedly threatened to expose details surrounding their release has been killed under mysterious circumstances. Sources claimed that before his death, the custom officer had allegedly been demanding 400,000 United States dollars from government officials since last Monday. He further alleged that the deceased threatened to release sensitive information to the Liberian people if his demands were not met. Up to now, the government has not officially responded to these serious allegations, while many citizens are calling for full, transparent, and independent investigation into the matter. Meanwhile, Representative Koluba stated that he received information alleging that Vice President Jeremiah Kun and the late Arvin Tumbe were business partners with direct ties to Latec and several other businesses, including the 285F moving equipment deal. He further alleged that his sources had earlier informed him that may have been allegedly used in the case of Mr. Arvin Tumbe, a dangerous form of poisoning known to cause delayed symptoms, sometimes taking hours or even days before the victim's condition becomes critical. Medical experts have long warned that certain can sadly damage the body before the effects fully appear. Many Liberians are now questioning whether this same mysterious pattern could be connected to the deaths of Senator Prince Johnson and Solomon George. Those are the latest new updates from Liberia.
You're muted.
Thank you so much, Lavetta, for that brilliant reading. We appreciate you as always. Stay safe, my dear, and we'll see you again on our next edition. Have a great night. All right, people. So there you have it. Those are our readings for the news that brings us up to date. Everything that happened last week into the weekend and here into Monday. And this week we will be discussing most of those things, including the mysterious death of the custom broker. You know, gone are the days when we used to hear about mysterious death of auditors. Now we have come to the days now when we are hearing of mysterious deaths of custom brokers. Hopefully, our security forces, our law enforcement will do a thorough and full investigation of such. And if indeed foul play has been done, that those people will be brought
Yeah,
to
stories.
justice. Thank you. All right. So with that being said, here we go. We'd like to welcome our first guest. I'm going to unmute you here. Welcome our first guest. And I know a few others will be joining us as we go along. But first of all, I would like to you guys can mute out there, people. Okay. So there you go. All right. So here we go, people. All right. So we'd like to welcome to our set the president of the United Bond County Association in the Americas, Mr. Kamon Bamakoli. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. I wish we had you under better circumstances, but however, we are still glad you are here. And today we are going to be discussing the chemical spill that happened in Bond County and where we are in that process. Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
All right. So first of all, if you could please give us a little history of this incident, and then once we come up to speed, then we can talk about the report that has come up.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for having me tonight. It's always a pleasure to be part of this program, especially as you indicated earlier. I wish we'll be here, maybe celebrating July 26th and some achievements. Instead, we are here tonight to talk about something that is very critical to the lives of our people, especially the people of Morning Street Town. So I'm honored to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show tonight. So just give you a little backdrop. So sometime mid-January, between the 17th January 20 this year, we woke up on the 18th with a message from some on social media with chemicals spilled and fume of gas coming out of a truck. So that drew our concern, and there was a series of reports that incident was happening in Morning Street Town. That's the upper part of Bond County. So we as an organization concerned with our people, the people welfare of our people, we immediately reached out to the superintendent, to the EPA, asking for some clarity. Especially, we first reached out to the superintendent. She's the chief administrator of our county, to get some update on what was happening. And eventually we realized that it was MMG Gold, a concessionaire in Bond County, and they operate in upper part of Bond County. One of their trucks traveling with chemical hydrochloric acid, to be specific, had an accident. And that accident led to a fire and the spills of chemicals, hydrochloric acid. So knowing that, we were hoping that the county would set up, or MNG Go would set up some emergency processes, knowing the chemical that was involved was a highly toxic chemical. Just from what we read on Google, I'm not environmental scientist, but just the concern. So we are chemists. So knowing that, we also dispatched our team just to find out what was happening. Eventually, to cut long story short, yet as we say in Liberia. We asked the superintendent to get involved. We asked the county leadership to get involved. And the next day, I think 1 or 2 days earlier, after the incident, EPA post out its initials report that indicated that the chemical spill was a minor accident, that no lives, it did not affect any life, health, and safety and environment were all secure. So that grew some concern with us, drew some concern with us as an organization, depending on the reports of the information that we're getting from Liberia. So what we did earlier was that we knowing that the facts that we're getting was not in line with what the EPA indicated. So we did a follow-up letter to the EPA director asking for a further investigation or further clarity on the matter. EPA director, I think it was in February, sometime in February, and led a team of folks to go and do testing or do their work, honor their fiduciary responsibility as the EPA. So the EPA took a few hours of their investigation. They came up with the scene day. They came up with a report that they have done their testing and largely confirming what they had said earlier, that this chemical did not have any lasting impact on the environment, neither on the lives of the people. But the one caveat, or the EPA director mentioned, which was a little concern, was in his report, in his deliberation, he said if there's any health concern, the folks should be able to refer to medical institutions. You and myself know very well that most of the people in the remote part of the world don't even have access to healthcare institutions. What more with such chemical that require some emergency actions, that you're asking them to go to seek further medical attention. And so we, after a few days, the people of Money Street Town, that's the place, the people that was affected, they gathered themselves and they petitioned the United Bond County Association to provide, to give them, to be able to do an independent investigation to find out exactly what's happened, so that we can have some clarity. Because the people showed their concern. They said they were sick. There were 100 and some more people were affected. They have gone to the clinics. They have gone to other places. They were not drinking their waters. Pregnant women were not taking shower. They were not eating. There was a whole lot of reports that we were getting. So to provide real clarity to the process, even though we dispatched our team, we decided we brought the issue to our board of directors approved the process, and we set up an independent investigative team led by a renowned journalist, investigative journalist, Mr. Mose Billy. So we are here today because Mr. Billy's report has come up, and that shows opposite or pretty much different view of what the EPA reported. So that's where our concern is right now as a community.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for the background. I mean, I've followed this story, but I wanted our audience to also be fully informed on what has happened and what has brought us here. From a chemical spill that happened in late January, around January 17th, in Money Town. Money Sweet Town. Where exactly is Money Sweet Town? Like when you say Upper Buncany, where exactly? Give me at least one or two big towns in here that I can know what I'm talking about.
Money Sweet Town is about, again, it would be maybe about 20, 30 miles away from Banga City. So
from Banga City itself?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so is it so when you leave Banga, if you headed to Ganta and then you go through Money Sweet Town?
I can't give you the actual map.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
upper Bond County. Okay. And who's the superintendent of Bond County?
Currently is Honorable Lolita Howard Norris. She's the superintendent.
Okay, Lolita Howard Morris. Okay. And that was one of the people you guys reach out to.
Yes, she's the chief administrator of the county. Such incident, she's the first person that we reach out. In fact, we'll talk a little bit about that. But And she stated that we were the first institution that even informed her. I
Wow.
mean, in essence, we as an institution were the first on the ground before even our lawmakers and other institutions, other
Okay.
people
And
went.
which district is that? Which district
That
is
should be district 3. I think that
okay.
district number 2 or 3, yeah. So
Okay.
it's something like
All
that.
right.
But
Okay.
Honorable Colette, James Colette is the
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So it's June Bullet. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, so people, there you have it. So this is what's been going on. So let me see if I can catch up with you now. So the spill happened.
Mm-hmm.
You guys informed the superintendent.
Mm-hmm.
The superintendent went ahead and informed the other people that need to be informed, the EPA and other people.
Mm-hmm.
The people came out. They said they did their study, they did their inspection, and they were okay. They didn't
Yeah.
see anything harmful.
So when the spill happened right away, I think a day after, the EPA posted their own report. They posted a
Okay.
report and indicating that there's no health and environmental concern. That's where we came up with a follow up, asking the EPA to make sure that they can verify what they were saying.
Okay.
That's
And
when
we
the
are talking about
EPA
hydrochloric acid.
yes, sir.
Hydrochloric acid is a very, very corrosive, very, very extremely corrosive acid. That can also it doesn't only it's not only contact. You can also ingest it into your lungs by breathing it. And yes, and just how it's corrosive on the skin. And corrosive making burn people. It can burn your skin.
And when the chemical spill, Michael, when the chemical spill, there was a seep through the ground.
Okay.
And roll into I think it's a rubber plantation, or someone had a rubber plantation, so it was almost like few hundred feet or almost feet away when the chemical spill, and it was a huge explosion from it. According to the EPA, was about 10 liter, but just
Wow.
looking at the smoke that came from that truck, to put it in a very simple way, the smoke that came from the truck and the spill that happened, and just the quantity that rolled to go into somebody's rubber farm also indicates to me, I don't need a rocket scientist to tell me that's about 10 liter. That stuff seems to be more than 10 liter of
More than 10
chemical
liters.
that spill.
All right. So before we get to the report, what did you hear from the people on the ground, the townspeople? What were they saying? What were they reporting? Were they having any effects? What were their concerns?
So that's the main thing that drew our attention, because this again, Michael, this chemical spill is directly impacting lives, women, children, pregnant, elderly folks in the community. So the people was mad. In fact, the one time they attempted to even block the company from using their roads, and other people were traveling on that road in between the town, because that town is a corridor that lead to other places around the county and the country. And with the intervention of Honorable Moi, the senior senator of Bon County, and the superintendent and other leaders, they were able to quiet that process down, and they went and met with them just because the people was angry. The people were angry not only at what MNG Go has done, they were also angry with the EPA's report. That's why they asked us to commission an independent investigation, because the concern is that why the EPA can't tell us that having more than 100 and some more people affected, with all the hospitals visits or clinic visits, for you to indicate that this is a minor chemical spill. It was a huge concern for the people. The people were not drinking. In fact, the company and also UBCA, United Bon County Association, had to do some intervention by providing some drinking water and some food ration as well. And other officials of the county, including Moi and other people, did some intervention, including the company brought some water after a couple of days to give the people some bottle of
After
water.
days.
Yeah, after a couple of days.
Just the fact that the company brought water tells you that they were not satisfied, even with what's going on. Okay, so then first let's introduce the other companion you brought on.
No, I think it's just a guess though. I don't think it's He's a
Oh,
member of
wow.
our board of director. Yeah.
He's a okay.
Yeah.
So he's a member of the United Bond County Association in the Americas. Uh, let's see here. If you could unmute, Mr. Bamakoli, then we could. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we have you. Welcome to the show, sir. And we're glad you're here.
Thank you, sir.
All
Happy
right.
to be on.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right. So as we're discussing here, okay. So there's chemical spill happening. Sweet Money Town, Bond County, January 17th.
Money sweet time. My man,
Money
that's
Sweet.
funny.
Why is that business?
Money gotta
Sweet.
be sweet.
MS.
I don't know
Okay.
why you finding it difficult to say.
I don't
Money
know, but
Sweet.
man, we can't see that town before. But the town here alone, it made me want to go there. I like
That's a
it.
unique name. That's a very
Money Sweet. It's very unique. Money Sweet Town. Money Sweet Town. But Money Sweet, whether it's sweet money or money sweet money, so Money Sweet Town.
The chemical making the money very sour in the people.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that. So then we get to the point now where the residents call upon you guys to please see if you can instrument some sort of second opinion
Yeah.
to the EPA's.
In fact, Michael, let me just add to the EPA after its report also indicated that they were open. Dr. Yakoglu indicated that they were open for any secondary or second opinion or parallel investigation. Further investigation just to make sure that they can validate. In fact, when we set up the commission, when we commissioned the independent investigation, our prayer was that the process would confirm what the EPA said, because the health and the welfare of our people was really, really concerned. But unfortunately, it came completely the opposite.
Okay, so if we can talk a little bit now about what was discovered, what was found in the committee's report.
So let me just say a little bit about the composition of the committee. So
yes, please.
When we set up the committee, we wrote the county leadership, we wrote the EPA, we wrote MNG Go, asking them that we as an institution commission this committee, but we'll stay completely out of the process. We'll not have them. In fact, mostly Billy, the renowned journalist, investigative journalist, award-winning journalist, we asked him to set up his own team, bring professionals along, because we didn't want to influence the process. That's how much we wanted transparency to be part of the process. Thank goodness the county leadership and everybody stay away from the process. So Mr. Billy was able to put together a team of professional experts, and a lot of them from Bond County, that included environmental scientists, health scientists, epidemiologists, and a lot of great people who were able to, some of the best of our county in that area of environmental sciences and stuff and policy. We were able to gather them together to really develop this report. So this is a complete, this is a transparent report. We are not part of the process. We just set the commission. We allowed them to do their work. So some of the critical issues that the report raised that really brought our attention is that, sadly, more than what number of people we thought were affected actually faced the chemical.
Oh, wow.
The report indicated were able to review more than 140 documents directly for clinic visits. You remember from the 17th to the 26th? Imagine having a rural clinic. All of a sudden, you see 20 people coming one time. That alone should be able to be alarming to any health institution, any policy maker, anybody in the county. Even the EPA should know this is concerning. Having 20 people, 30 people at the same time, just going to a clinic for the same reason, that should be a concern to anybody. So all of the 140 facility record they review, they are able to see that 80-some more percent of these folks and stuff and things show the same sign, the same kind of symptom, coughing, diarrhea, and all the symptoms that are associated to such chemical spill. And they also went in depth. This is what I like. This report is a community-driven report. It's scientific, but they were actually able to capture the people real life experience and to collaborate that with the documents that they were reviewing from the nearby clinic that everybody was running to. They were able to interview 31 individuals. 100% of them show the sign of exposure to this chemical.
Wow.
Can you imagine? That's the individual they were able to find. Remember, there was more than 140 documents of individual that they review in the clinic. Considering the population of the town or the Morning Street town and the neighboring town, because you remember when some of these things are happening, our people think that, oh, let's go there and go see what happened. So the impact, that's the major concern. Knowing this chemical and the impact of it, these things that has future cancerous, it can lead to cancerous disease in the future. It can lead to so many other issues and stuff. We're talking about it now. The now is we haven't even addressed it. It's sad, Marco. And I'm saying it to our country. I hope people will listen to this interview. This is Money Street Town. It could be a town tomorrow.
Yep.
And the extractive industry will come to that. We talk about what are our expectations for our country leadership and also for MNG Gold. They need to make this thing right. You imagine 31 individual. This is just a sample of the people that was impacted. I'm sure it's more than 100 or more people was impacted from this chemical. Just for example, 31% of the individual they came in contact with in that town was impacted by this chemical. They show all the signs and symptoms of this chemical spill. And for us to just say, oh, you know what? This is just a minor incident and stuff, and then let's just forget about it. And I will talk more about the report. It is sad. It is sad what is going on in our country, and we as citizens of this country, we need to be our brothers and sisters keeper. And these are people who are part of the most vulnerable. You know, the extractive industry, especially the mining concessionaire, the concessionaires, they go to these remote places. That's where the diamond, the gold, and the minerals are. And some of these people are vulnerable. They affect their waters, their drinking water, and Money Street Town is not exception of what is happening in other places of the country. We can keep silent on this issue. Interestingly, when the report came out, Marco, the saddest part of this whole report and the deliberation of this, doing the findings of the report, at the presentation, the gentleman who was the most senior person, the spokesperson for the folks in the town, he publicly stated in that meeting that MNG Gold gave him a job. And the town people all was angry about it. And even folks who were in that meeting was angry about it. So MNG Gold now seems to be finding the way to co-opt some of the folks and team who are the spokesperson, who are the people who are the leaders leading the efforts to get redress. They seem to it looks like they're trying to, like Bremen said, they want them to shut their mouth or shut up your mouth kind of action. By taking few people promising them little handouts and forget about the 31 people that we found, or the hundreds of other people, the women, the pregnant women that could not even take shower because of the water, could not drink water. That some people who could not even go to tend to their crops, individual who their rubber farm was destroyed. I mean, it's sad that the MNG Gold will feel like the best solution is to build one small little well in the town, at the same time give few jobs to hand out to people. It's pathetic, and we all Liberians need to be able to stand on our feet and say, this is wrong. Enough is enough. You can't be getting millions of dollars out of our country. We saw this stuff recently with Bear Mountain. You can't be getting all the resources from our country, and time comes you can't do your due diligence. I mean, your social responsibility. You can't exercise a social responsibility to at least help to make the people's lives whole again. How much would it take to be able to compensate these people after you getting billions and billions of dollars out of our country? But instead, you go offer this chief spokesperson a job as a way to shut his mouth. Okay. It's pathetic, it's unacceptable, and we're not going to tolerate this.
Okay, all right. Okay. We have also, and for those of you who just joined us or you are listening to Liberia Future TV Monday edition, and we are also broadcasted right now on Kia Radio FM 95.9. So for those of you in Radio Land, we are discussing a chemical spill that happened in Money Sweet Town, Bon County, in late January that we are now getting a full independent report on the effect of that chemical spill on the people of that town. All right. I have a question, and I know Miss Barbier has also joined us. If you can hear us and you want to contribute, definitely we can definitely allow you to do so. If you have a comment, definitely let us know, and you can definitely do. I had a question. What is the population of Money Sweet Town? Just an estimate. I know
population 17. I always just put there in the surrounding town, maybe in the $2,000-3,000.
Wow.
Wow. 2,000 in the surrounding town.
In the surrounding environment, yes. So we're talking about a huge group of people.
Yeah,
a very huge group of people.
Wow. Town, yeah.
Okay, all right. So and anybody can join in here. So this report.
Mm-hmm.
So you are telling us now that the report showed that there was effect, that this chemical spill had a negative effect on the people in the town. And we are in the people. I mean, we say town, so we got older folks, we got young children, babies, we got pregnant women, and we have other vulnerable people, including the healthy men too, right? That actually keep the town moving. Who have you presented this report to?
So, because initially when the committee completed a report, they sent a report to us. We told them no. Before we can even bring this report out to the public, since this is a transparent process, we want you to present this report to the public. So our board of directors approved that process. We asked the committee or the team, the investigative team, to make that report public. So the report now is a public document.
Okay.
So that first thing, let's establish this is not only UBCA did commission the investigation, but this is a public document. We'll make sure this report can be published in any journal, in any website, and thank you for sharing this today, and any media process to draw attention to this process. So this report, the process now going forward, our board of directors will be meeting soon. And some of the proposal we'll be bringing to them, to the board of directors for their approval, is community engagement. Collaborative engagement. The saddest part of this whole meeting, with the exception of the superintendent that had, I'm talking about county leadership, that had representative at the presentation of this report. The EPA did not show up. The county caucus were absent. And so we giving them, we asking them again to make it right. Maybe they were busy in other engagement and stuff, and then political season coming around, people campaigning and doing stuff. But this time we'll be engaging them directly. We asked them, we'll be sending a proposal to the board of directors for their approval. And in that proposal, we'll be asking the county administration, including, and also the caucus, for us to gather together, have a collaborative meeting so that we can be able to, we got to be the voice for our people. Absolutely. I said it on the radio in Bon County that, hey, some of us have been given the opportunity to be leaders, not for us to be silent and just look at our people suffer. We got to be the voices for our people. We got to be the one. So we'll bring them together. Those stakeholders will ask MNG Go to be part of that deliberation. We'll ask the EPA to come there and be part of that deliberation. All the stakeholders, our intent is to bring them together. So including the people of Money Street Town, those are the people who directly impacted there. Let's sit down, except the guy there who seemed like compromised. I hope you would take his job and still be an advocate and stuff. Hopefully we can bring everybody together and we can find a solution. We can make a recommendation, not recommendation, we can demand. I'll redirect that statement. We can demand, so that we can demand MNG Gold to take responsibility. You can't spill chemical. In fact, I told somebody this is not about the EPA versus UBCA report. Nobody should see it that way. We were hoping that the EPA, that this independent investigation will show otherwise. That would be show that the people's lives are okay, nobody was sick. We would have been happy because we want to protect the lives of our people. But this report is completely the opposite. Almost 100% of the people that they interviewed was impacted directly. They saw their record within the healthcare system. They went to the clinic. They knew that if people went there, they were vomiting. Some of them had issue in what is stuff vomiting, dizziness, diarrhea, headache, and all those stuff. And thing was reported. They were able to see the actual data to say these people were impacted. So this is not something we're making up. This is reality. This is science at its best, and this particular process was headed by some of the best of our county. So our intent is to bring the folks together. So this time, for God's sake, MNG Go can take responsibility and make these people's lives whole again. And our second recommendation would be, and if we hope if that process does not materialize, that somebody asked me, suppose in the country the leaders that don't show up, we elevate the conversation to the high up. Thank God we got His Excellency President Boakai has been a man in government. He's from the rural area. He knows the plight of our people. I'm sure he has some level of empathy for these poor people in some of the most vulnerable part of our country. The chemical spill there with a company that is taking millions of dollars out of our economy. And again, we open for investment. We are told, I indicated on the radio the other day that MNG Go is an investor in our country. We appreciate the investment, but investment comes with responsibility. You can't spill chemical and walk away and take handout and give it to a few people and say it's fine. We need to. We're asking all Liberians, join us, UBCA, all citizens in Bon County, the media, and other institutions. This time, let's hold this company responsible. Maybe this will be a good lesson for other companies or other institutions, especially in the extractive industry, that when you do this, people dare to look at you and people will hold you responsible because it's happening across the country. And we're not going to just play a blind eye to this process and say, oh, let it happen. And like just poor people, let's give them small money, let's give them some rice. We got a tendency of giving people handouts to cover our stuff. This time, we're not going to accept that. If this process will start from our county to MNG Go, to President Boakai, to the boardroom of MNG Go, to investors, we're not going, this process is not going to start with Money Street Town. These industries, they got their boards, they got their investors on Wall Street, London Stock Exchange, and other places around the world. And so they need to know what is happening in a small little village with a little kid. And Marco, I'm sorry, I'm passionate about this.
No, go right ahead. You need to be.
These people have been you and myself. Some of us came from that area, are born in a rural area, in a little village, Bamukwali town. I would have been the kid standing by that chemical truck and be affected by it.
Yep.
And I would have been the old lady there who's just going to go see what happened and why are the people running there and inhale that chemical. I would have been the saddest part, even protective. Excuse me, I'm getting a little emotional about it. Even protective gear, PPEs, gloves. We saw the company brought people to stoop the chemical from the ground and put it in a bag and a truck and take it away. These folks couldn't even provide PPEs.
Wow.
Not even gloves, not even masks. Imagine all the young people that were trying to dig out the chemical. They all inhaled, more like they inhaled some of those chemicals. Again, I'm not a scientist, but you can just see it how, we just literally, how can we be a nation and don't care to protect the people who, let me rephrase that. How politicians or those who make policy will not care for the people who elected them. Then next time you want to go back there again to ask them for votes. I don't want to politicize this thing. I want to leave on that science area and the facts. But it's appalling, Michael, that we as citizens of this country, especially people from Bon County, I'm saying that somebody may say I'm putting our leaders on the bus. It's about time that we put our leaders on the bus for them to do the right thing. Because guess what? If they do the right thing, society will be a better place. That's why we elected them for. It's an open. You're serving the folks, for God's sake. The people are not serving you. They're paying you. The citizens of Money Street are the one who paying our legislators.
Indeed, they are. Indeed, they are.
Um,
Let me
Mr.
ask you.
President, if I may,
Yes, please, Mr. Bamako, you can go ahead.
yeah, I just want to make it clear that our status in spearheading the investigation has no political basis. We are children of Bong County, we are children of the Republic of Liberia, and our being in the United States or anywhere in the world does not cause us to forget home and our people. Our hearts are home. God has blessed us to come to quote unquote a safe country. And we cannot just sit on that and let our people go. And as our president has stated so clearly, many of the companies, like whatever gold the name is, extracting our minerals, enriching themselves, and shortchanging our people. I mean, it's a cry for a major change in the thought process and policy making by our politicians. We cannot let these people get off the hook at our expense because that's what had happened over. I personally have heard, I'm being a member of the board of the United Bone County Association. We are privy of some information. The road that is used by this gold, whatever they call them, I understand is hardly passable because it is not being properly maintained. They just have sufficient space to drive their trucks back and forth for their main purposes. And that's not how things should be. And we are not only talking about that particular company or about Bong County, but all over the country, for instance. We are hoping that the steps we have taken with respect to Money Street Town should apply to wherever foreign investors are are performing in the country. And of course, the president said these people are investors. Investors, and what's the return to our people on those investments? So they are the only ones getting the returns while our resources are being depleted and our lives are being placed at risk. So I just want to add that our involvement in this process is humanitarian mainly and nothing political. Love our people is why we have to step forward to try to contribute to their safety and health. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Bamako.
Thank you, Mr. Wamkari, for expressing that again. Thank you for re-echoing that. United Bone County Association, this is not the only project we're doing. We're doing other projects just to show our engagement there. We got extensive computer literacy program. We have graduated over 1,000 individuals with high skill computer literacy skill, PowerPoint, Excel and stuff. Things that digital education is one of our main signature program. We do have an office in Banga that we run that program. So we're not new in the corridor of Bon County. So somebody shouldn't say, "Oh, the people in America, they're just there." No, we are directly involved in the lives of our people. We engage them almost every day. We have a fully operational office, a country director in Bon County that runs our program. And we do, in fact, we're extending our program to the Totota area. We're building a state of art computer literacy center that will have a women's center as well. And so now put a project almost to a roof level. We do agriculture program. We also have women empowerment program, teaching women their skills into sew and stuff, so that things then they can be able to fend for themselves. So as Mr. Bamakali indicated, we're not just there because we're not just talking. We're talking because the interest of our people may be miles away, but we are. I think I talk to people in Bon County more than I even talk to people in America. With all the often calls administrative work that we do. So we
Yeah.
totally engage. Sometimes I feel like in Bangor City, even though I'm in Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay, so if we can get Miss Bobby on, if you can pronounce your first name for me, just so I get it right.
Oh, thank you so much for recognizing me. My first name is Demini Barbier.
Okay, Demini
Mhm.
Bobby. Okay, so
Mhm.
what you I mean you obviously you are here, on behalf of, I'm
By the
assuming,
way,
by
she's another board member. So I
another
think
board
that
member
my
of,
board, I think the
yep.
board people came in the meeting here to check on me to see what I've done. Yeah.
Well, well,
These are my bosses.
not only I'm a board member, but I've been listening to our president, Mr. Kamon Bamakoli,
Mhm.
but I have a extensive experience in healthcare, not just healthcare in the United States, but also healthcare in Liberia. So, reading the report, seeing all the videos from both ends and stuff like that, this
Mhm.
is not something that we should take lightly. I will re-echo that. We're only looking at the short-term effect, not even the long-term effect. Tomorrow, or 10 years, 20 years from now, when things are happening to our children,
Hmm.
okay, it might be related.
Mhm.
The groundwater was contaminated.
Mhm.
And you have a 5-year old, a 6-year old girl, you know, who in the future maybe might not be able to bear a child because of the reaction from the chemicals. Or a boy who will have low sperm productivities because of those reactions.
Yeah.
So we should not sit back and take any chemical spill very lightly. It's affecting, it's going to affect us now, and it's going to affect the future of Liberia. So therefore, they should go across the board. That's why we are standing up. I'm standing up, one of those, to fight for our and be the voice of our sisters, our brothers, and our children and our future leaders tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll not have much population left, or we'll have a lot of health issues. Then, when you rush them to the hospital, they will say, oh, the person died because of which. But it's probably something that happened 20, 30 years ago when it got exposed.
And that company will be gone, perhaps. And then
Yes.
let leave her with a mess.
Yeah.
So, we all understand the healthcare situation in Liberia. In fact, as I said, I worked in the healthcare industry in Liberia. I have volunteered myself during the Ebola time. I work for JFK. I go to Phoebe, all those hospitals. I have worked and provided services to them. So I know the impact this might have in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Babia. Thank you for providing
Thank you.
the health perspective to this. This is really crucial, and I hope that we all can see it that way than just looking at, because Michael, what happened in Liberia? Everything is in the prison of politics, and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
talk because come on wants to be this, or John talk because of this, and sometimes I ask myself, okay, granted, let's say everybody wants to be politician, but what are we saying about the people that are directly impacted? Like what Dr. Bobby said. What about the kid that got in contact with this chemical? What about a pregnant woman? In fact, there was some allegation of some people having miscarriages and stuff. And again, we're not a doctor and stuff, but just hearing those things there about the people, it's pathetic. And sometimes I try to put myself again. It's difficult for you to put yourself there directly, but I empathy. Where I sit down in the corner, I look at my little beautiful daughter, 13 years old, growing up with aspiration, with vision for future, and look at the most vulnerable of our people in a little village that don't even have access to good education, good health care. Then we'll spill chemical there. We can't just make it right. Can't spend a few million to make the people's lives whole again. We can't even make up for what are some of the things that the Bobby was just describing. But at least we can show some interest so that our people can say, at least we got people, we elected people, we got organizations, we got people in authority that can stand for us. And we as an organization going to be the voice of our people. We're not going to sleep on this issue, Michael. You will see it in the news. We'll continue to bring it to the thank you for the platform. We try to ask Spoon TV and other institutions. You forget about the politics a little bit. Yeah, please give us some airtime so we can talk about what is happening to our people. Focus on Liberia, OKFM, all of you. We ask, give us so we can tell our people this is the plight of our people. Nobody going to talk for them. The company already start paying people off with the chief spokesperson of the group by giving him job and promising 9 or 10 other jobs for people in the village. Is that what you will do after chemical spill?
So if I may ask, since the last time you talked to people in the town, are there still people that are experiencing symptoms or because we understand that, you see, with these kind of things, there's some symptoms you will see immediately, and there are some symptoms you will see down the road that are not so obvious. So we will not ignore those delayed symptoms that will come later on in the form of birth defects, cancerous issues, and all those things that tend to come from these kinds of exposure. But right now, when you speak to people from the town, what are they saying? One, what are they saying about their health? What are they saying about their water? And what are they saying about the area where the chemical spill, where the people so-called clean it up? By that time it had rain and things are already seeped into the ground. What are they saying about those three things?
That's a very great question, Michael. Let me just give you a background of this, where my answer goes. When a chemical spill happened, I think between the 17 and the 18, depending what time zone you are. And on the 23rd of January, that's what, a few days or a week afterwards, people were going to the hospital. According to the data, there was people start getting, so it's not like today it happened, I inhaled a chemical or got in contact with chemical, and just for people immune system, sometimes it works again. I'm not a doctor, works just dealing with COVID and all that stuff. We have people immune system react within a given period of time. By the 23rd, more people are still going to the clinic. So you imagine, again, that's a health question you're asking. And so one of the things that we try to understand in this report, what is the social and the psychological impact on the lives of our people? And that's the one that is, to me, that gets my attention. The people afraid to even drink the water that they're drinking. You imagine you drinking the water, you're thinking whether you're going to die, or the water may have future impact on you. Anything that is happening to people right now in terms of sicknesses, infection, and stuff, and things, they're afraid that it may be related to this chemical. And the other part of it, some of the people are afraid to even speak out because they feel that there will be retribution. That either the people in authority will say they're making noise. And those are the things then that scare the heck out of us. If the citizens of this place that are being impacted, if our citizens, especially the most vulnerable ones, cannot have the conduit or the media in which to feel protected and safe, it's a great concern for us. So the people continue to suffer to answer your question, continue to suffer after this chemical spill. And that's why we ask the MNG goal cannot solve all the people's problem. We're not asking them to go to solve the people problem. You did something wrong, just take responsibility and do the right thing.
Okay. All right. So before we go to the phone lines, and once again to our listeners out there, you are listening to Liberia Future TV. This is our Monday edition, and we are here with members of the United Bond County Association that we're discussing a chemical spill that happened in late January in Money Sweet Town, Bond County, and that triggered an independent investigation into the effect of that chemical spill. And we are now discussing the results of that investigation, independent investigation that was done. I have a question before we go to the phone lines here to hear from our viewers, our listeners. I have a question here, and then I will also bring on Ms. Williams to contribute before we go to the phone lines here. But I have a question. My question is, have you heard from MNG Gold on any of the concerns that continue to be raised by the people of Money Sweet Town in the environment? Have you heard anything officially? I'm talking about just handshake. Has MNG Gold said anything officially about what they plan on doing to alleviate the suffering of these Liberians in this town?
Said no, but with a little caveat. When the incident happened initially, they had a spokesperson, another son of Bond County, that came on air and said that, in fact, they had people either with dump truck or some people with wheelbarrow, and they were able to pick up the dike. So sad chemical spill it rolls over and affect crops and stuff. You bring people again. I'm not a scientist to determine what needed to be done. Maybe that's the process of emergency. So no, not directly. Even the team, we wrote the MNG Gold, letting them know what was happening, asked for their opinion on it. The investigative team, according to that report, contacted MNG Gold, no response at all. So I think MNG Gold does their work, in the dark. Or again, just what we know yet. It seemed like they will go in on the side and there are few people who maybe the loudest voices and stuff in the community on this issue and try to silence them by giving them job. That's what we know they did, because the guy who they get a job to was the spokesperson before said they gave him job. So I'm not saying something outside. That's the most pathetic one. So we heard indirectly, we heard the EPA by trying to silence the people's voice through giving people in the town jobs, which is sad.
Mr. Bamakoli, the head of correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm, the head of the EPA, isn't that a son of Bond County?
Truly, and we're not neighbor. He's from that. I think I got a report that he's from that area as well.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's from the upper part of Bond County.
Wow. Okay, Linda, did you want to make a comment before we open up the lines here and hear from our listeners? This is serious, man. I mean, Liberia is hard enough as it is. For these companies to come into the country, extract the resources, and then when something happens, they just ignore it. And then what is even more disheartening is that the people that are supposed to be championing on your behalf, the people that are supposed to be fighting for you, don't appear. At least they do not appear to be fighting for you. And that is a tough place to be. It's a tough place to be. Jeff, if we could please open up the lines here, announce the numbers. Let's hear from our listeners on this issue. I really want to hear from everybody, but if I can hear also from our sons and our daughters of Bond County, people who have been to that region, from 1990, Bond County became a very central place in Liberia that everybody, I don't care what place you go in the country, you're going through Bond County to get there. And so, Bond County opened up their arms to all of Liberia, especially the Banga area. I don't care what tribe you were. I mean, they embrace you, they welcome you. I know people who went there to seek refuge, they stay there today, they refuse to go. For them, it's their home, and they're not even from there. So it is hard, it's disheartening, that this is happening in Bond County, and the people are not getting the redress that they need. So I know we'll hear from our people. So first, Jeff, if you could please just announce the numbers and open up our lines, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, that's LIB Future TV here on Care Radio 95.9 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. And those of you in the diaspora, you can call plus 231 777 959 959 plus 231 777 959 959. Our local lines are 0777 959 959 and 0881 871 670. Hello, your name and where you call from? Hello? Yes, your name and where you call from? Hello? Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead. Okay, let's hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, let's hear you. Make your point. Oh. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. The program you're listening to is LIB Future TV here on Kia Radio 95.9. Those of you overseas or in the diaspora, you can call plus 231 777 959 959, and the local lines are 0881 871 670 plus 231 777 959 959. Those are the numbers you can use tonight to be on the show here, LIB Future TV on Kia Radio 95.9. And of course, your guests on the show tonight, Mr. Kemo Joe Bamakuli and Mr. Garnet Bamakuli. Your host is Mr. Michael Patmo. You can place your call as the national issues being discussed, especially those of you in Bond County relating to a chemical that was spilled recently. You can also make a point on what's your take, what do you make of the conversation tonight, Mr. Patmo?
Okay.
A point of correction, quick, sir.
Go ahead.
Dr. Demania Pavia, you skip her name, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She clicked off a little bit, so that's why.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, she clicked off. That's why.
All right.
Yes. So she's in the back. But if I may, just as we listen out for callers, we'll continue discussing here. There's a chemical spill that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have where they came, the Hurley, just gonna clean up thing, and basically they're going about their way. Do they still have trucks that come through the town? Chemical trucks that come through the town?
Of course, business as usual.
What did I mean? Have you heard of anything that's being done to avoid this spillage again? Has there anything has been corrected to avoid the next spillage from happening, or at least to get a better response to it?
In fact, that's one of the recommendations from the report on how we can prevent something like this. Mm-hmm. And so to answer your question, I don't know whether anything has been done differently than what led to this. The first thing I can tell you, there's no emergency process in place, because in other places of the world, when such chemical spill happens, you have quarantine and some preventive measures and stuff. Mm-hmm. Nothing as such was happening. Those are concerns that this report was able to flag. So there's no adequate emergency process in place, and we hope to address those issues and stuff. With the county administration, as long with the EPA and the MNG go, if they find it necessary to sit with us, and because sometimes these things then I'm not in Bond County to do the emergency, so we rely on these institutions and stuff and things to be able to do the needful. So we'll continue to engage them. So in essence, to answer your question, not much has been done areas and stuff, and that's where the engagement, the continued engagement, is going to be. One of the good things that we shared as a county organization, as an umbrella county organization in the United States and in the diaspora, we
Yeah.
do have a good working relationship with the caucus. So
Okay.
we hope to engage the caucus on this. They participate in all our deliberations and our programs. We continue to we'll engage them on this process. Maybe this is this thing not new, Michael. You know that when these
Yeah.
things are happening, it's just few weeks, a year, they're gone away, and people move on with their lives. Maybe they think this one is usual, but I can tell you this one going to be very unusual because either you be part of this process for to resolve it, to keep the process for going, or we'll continue to take it further. Now it's the county administration and all the other stakeholders who hope to come on board. If we don't see no progress there, we'll be going out to the central government. If we don't see progress there, we'll be going to the boardroom of MNG Gold. We're not going to sleep on this stuff. This thing is our fight. If nobody protects the people of Monetary Time in UBCA and this institution, what you and myself will go back home. I'm pretty
Oh
soon.
yes.
I can't hear in my 20s. Myself, we were running around here thinking that
Yeah.
we're young. But home is our home. We're going there. I don't want to go home and see people sick in Money Street Town. I want to see healthy, vibrant people who going about their lives to survive. They're already struggling anyways. And having a chemical spill there that more likely, like Dr. Bobby said, that will impact their lives for the future. This is enough.
All right. So I'm
And
gonna bring on Linda P.J. Williams. I think I got it right. Um, for your
By
contribution.
the way, like the co-chair of our board again, so
Okay. Oh, the boy,
I
yeah,
think
my
I read
man.
hot water.
I'm very, very impressed.
Okay.
I'm very, very impressed that
Thank you.
a lot of the
That
board
shows
members.
we got a supportive team. Thank you.
Yes, indeed,
My,
indeed.
yeah.
Madam Williams.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I want to applaud you guys and thank you so much for having the organization on this platform to discuss something that is so crucial to our country and its people, to all of us. So, as the president stated earlier, that this is not something that is going to be buried. We need to set a precedent as to how companies that come to do business in Bone County handle their affairs when it relates to the safety of our county, the safety of our people, um, the infrastructure. Many of those mining company comes roads is a big issue. They destroy all the roads. They don't do anything there. They just exploit and take. And really, the citizens that are within reach of those mining sites do not benefit at all. So this is something that we're going to be speaking about loudly so we can get the ears of those that can make the changes necessary to bring development, to bring safety to the county. So again, thank you so much. The report is online. I took a glance at it last night, and I'm going to read it in depth. Um, our president has all of our support, especially me. He has my full support. Things need to change in Bone County. We cannot put people into offices that refuse to do their job and be in the pockets of those that come to do businesses in the county. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome.
Mr. Pablo,
Yes, yes, sir.
yes, you said something. Of course, everyone has uh, somehow repeated that statement of yours. You express your concern that people who should step forward and do the protecting of their people are silent on such a crucial issue. That really is one of the frightening aspects of the whole situation. Why are they in leadership role if the people who voted them into those positions
Mm-hmm.
cannot get their protection, especially at a time when they are crying?
Yeah.
What if the United Bond County Association had remained silent also? The whole thing would be swept under the rug as usual. So for you, I don't think you need the United Bond County on your platform to discuss these issues.
Mm-hmm.
You all in radio land and television land continue to make noise about these prominent issues so that our people can remain notified that they act or uh, they'll be sent to rest. Not, I mean, in the negative. Okay, definitely negative. I mean, rest, I mean, not destruction of life, but to go and sit home if they cannot do the job for which they have been voted into office. So can you guys continue to speak out on these issues, whether or not you have people like us, our national president, Mr. Bamakoli, crying on you on this radio or on this platform. Continue to speak out on your own. We depend on you to make the noise. You are the extension of our voices. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Miss, come on.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys? If you do not get satisfactory response from the people you are expecting it from, are you guys prepared to sue, to launch a civil suit against MNG Gold for the effect of what happened? Are you guys prepared to go that far?
Everything is on the table, and that's why I'll leave it as that. Everything
Okay.
is, every processes and stuff is on the table. The people of Money Street Town is our interest. Their safety, their well-being is our interest. Anything that we can do to guarantee that, we'll go that far. Again, as I said, this process may go to the ballroom of MNG Go. We're
Mm-hmm.
willing to take it as far as we can take it. Again, our fight is not against government officials and institutions. We're asking for allies.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking them to join us, like the old civil rights leader said. This is a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to join us in this good fight. Some of them, their job may be tied to some of some of the officials may be afraid to step out to these companies because these companies they got deep pockets.
Mm-hmm.
In America, we talk about deep state.
Mm-hmm.
This is the real deep state. The deep state is these concessionaires.
Mm-hmm.
They are, then again, this is not common saying it. We know this; these are facts. These institutes, those companies are truly embedded, entrenched into our political, legal, economic system. So this is a fight. This is a good fight, and we're willing to take it as far as we can go. We're not going to bow down on this process. If we can save one person's life in Money Street Town, it can be an opportunity for a child to grow with good health that can be a follow-up medical treatment or investigation process to keep a child safe. We will call it a win. But we're not going to bow down. This is not a fight against any politicians or any political institution. And we don't want this report to be, EPA versus UBCA. No, this is not EPA. EPA did it work. That's what they said it did. They asked for independent. They said they were hoping for independent investigation. We commissioned one, very credible one. They came up with a report. We're not doing comparing. This is not apple and oranges. These are facts because people are sick, right? People are suffering from this issue right now as we speak. They're going to suffer for it in the future. So it's not about EPA. The EPA director and all the policy people there, they're doing well.
Yeah.
What about a little kid in the village? It would have been me or you or my child or my 13-year-old daughter. Safety and the care of our people is paramount. We will not compromise that for any reason. So we're asking all the stakeholders in the country, join us in this fight. If you don't want to show your face there, we'll put our face there. Support us. That's what it is. Hey, I just want to be factual here. Some people want to secure their job, but support us any way you can so that we can be able to act. The lawmaker in that area, the Honorable Colette. Honorable Colette, the other time you were, again, I don't want to play politics, but I want to charge him this responsibility. You were so vocal on the issue when it came to the how they call that stuff, Konati Kofa and this other group, and they were clearly vocal. The international word will listen to you. The people of Money Street Town in your district needs to hear that same effort you put there to elect somebody in the political office. the people in Money Street Town. I'm not running for your job, so don't think that I'm running politics, okay? I'm charging you. Take the responsibility. Take this report as your own and take it to your fellow men in the lawmakers and say, we need action on this. We're asking for ally. We can't just sleep on this thing and just say, oh yeah, the company, yeah, we're depending on them to give us. Michael, how can somebody, how can we have this endowed with these resources and we still allow people to come and exploit us? Not only exploit us, exploit our people. This thing is across the country. Sometimes you see the pictures of water pollution. People, the big water become muddy just from these from these company concession work they're doing there. And you just see people walking in the places and we forget about the impact.
Yeah, yeah, that's something. That is definitely something. So, to our listeners, you have been listening to LIB Future TV Monday edition, and we have as our guests members. We have the president and several members of the board of the United Bone County Association in Americas. We have been discussing the chemical spillage that happened in late January in Money Sweet Town, Bone County, that continues to be unresolved, and the people continue to be, the situation continue to be unaddressed, okay, by the powers that be. And so we thought it wise to bring them on today so that we could discuss this fully, and we could then hopefully attract the attention of those who need to hear this, and also get other sons and daughters of Bond County all around the world, even including in Bond County itself, and even residing in other counties involved, so that together we can all bring this up to where it needs to be, so that the people of Money Sweet Town finally get the redress that they deserve. So this is what we've been discussing. You've been listening to Care Radio 95.9, and this has been the Monday edition of LIB Future TV. Before we close here, I want to give you all an opportunity once more to see, make your comment and whatever else you want to mention before I go ahead and let you go. So if it's okay, if I may start with you, Madam Williams, you can go ahead and just unmute for me. Okay.
Again, if you look around the country, Bone County is one of those counties that are highly underdeveloped. I'm encouraging all citizens of Bone County to join us to make sure that the issues that we hold dear to our hearts are pushed forward. We need the support of the public. We need the support of our caucus, our leadership that we have put in place, that we have trusted to do what they promised they would do. We encourage them to come on board, and let's unite and build our county and hold those companies that are coming to do business with us accountable when they do wrong. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Williams. Thank you, Miss Madam Williams. Let me say Madam Williams. Sorry. Thank you so much for your contribution. Really appreciate it. Mr. Garnett Bamakoli.
Yes, again, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to express ourselves on this very important issue. But I will again emphasize that while Bond County is our immediate concern, what happened in Money Street Town or Street Money Town, whatever, is not unique to Bond County. I'm sure it's happening all over the country. I'm hoping that role that we wish to play in this Money Street town situation will have an impact in other sectors of the country where companies are taking advantage of their deep pockets and exploiting, using our own leaders to exploit our people. Let this be heard around the country. We all can play a role to protect the lives of our people, our mothers, our sisters, our children, not only now, but for the future. Excuse me. Thank you again, Michael or Mr. Padmore. And the gentleman, I didn't get his name, your colleague,
Oh,
uh,
that's Jefferson. We are in studios.
Jefferson Weir, and who all are connected to you. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to voice our concern for our people and for Liberia, not only for Bon Country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And hopefully this gets the attention that it needs and our people, the suffering can be relieved. Mr. Bamakoli,
Yes,
the
sir.
show is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Podmore and Mr. Weir. Thank you and your studio for giving us the opportunity to talk about the plight of our people. As I always say, the things that give attention are sometimes the wrong reasons. If our politics, it will gain all the attention, and usually stories like these get buried. That's what happens a lot of time in our country. But thank you for seeing the need for us, giving us the platform to be able to um, express to the viewers and also the listeners and the people of Liberia and around the world the concern of the people of Money Street Town. To the people of Money Street Town, if any of you listening or will listen to this recording, we are your brothers and sisters keepers. We may not be there with you, but we'll do everything to make sure your voices, your plights can be expressed so that the world and every Liberian can know the situation that you face or will face in the future. Continue to hold on. Let's be diligent and respectful to one another, to our political leaders and those who are in authority, policy makers, especially the caucus and the county administration. We want to appeal to your good conscience. Please join us in this effort. This is not United Bond County Association fight. This is a good fight to safeguard the health and safety of our people. We also want to talk to, also ask the EPA. Let's get on board, Mr. Yabalo. Are you doing a phenomenal job across the country, shutting down places and stuff? This is your backyard.
Yes,
Join
sir.
us in this effort. The report, the people who did this work are scientists, people like you in the same field of studies. They have been able to verify. The thing is evidence based. They went to the clinic, they saw that more people were coming in the clinic just after the spills. And stuff, and I'm not a scientist, but you know straight something happened. If you have one person going to the clinic, you got 23 people going one time, that shows something happening
Yeah.
and stuff. And equally so, they were able to find out that the people don't have safe drinking water. There are other effects and things happening. Join us, let's find a solution to this problem. If MNG Go knows very well that we got a collective voice, a unified voice around this issue, they will see the need to address it and address it soon. We're not asking for handouts. We're tired with handouts as a country. We're asking for people to take responsibility, especially the concessionaires. To the media, I just want to appeal to all of you, please help to elevate this conversation. OKFN will be reaching out to you for ads for, I'm using, my man, using your platform
No
to
problem. No problem. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, FM will be reaching out to you for to give us the opportunity. Spoon TV, Mr. Jab from Focus on Liberia, and all the other media institutions. Please, if some of you there, even the smallest one that nobody listens to, we will be there because this we want everybody who has access to media that this issue will be foremost in their ears and know that this is a good fight. I want to say thank you for the board members that joined here tonight. It shows me some level of safety and that we together as an organization, when you have all your board members, some of your board members showing up to lend their support, Dr. Bobby, Mr. Bamakali, co-chair, Ms. Gui. Thank you, Madam Gui. Thank you, all of you, for your support. Mr. Weir, hopefully pretty soon you can have me in your studio so that we can be talking to Marco for outside, because Marco the American man, and so pretty sure I'll be Liberian man, okay? But thank you so much. Marco is always, you took this, let me just say this to you to employ you to the audience. Sometimes is the political fight become more relevant, the political issues. But Marco, I think this work that you're doing, this program that you have, it will be very successful. Just keep pushing ahead because you're looking for the story that nobody wants to easily talk about. Because some people are afraid that when you talk, you'll make the lawmaker them mad. They will not want to come to your event. There's a whole lot of things in that. Our country is almost becoming like a syndicate. Again, we'll leave that for another day and stuff. And then that people are afraid to do certain thing or talk certain thing. We experience that. Some people say, I really want to talk to you, but if I talk to you, my brother will not get a job, this and stuff. We need to go away from that and really be a society that protects its own. Because if a society don't protect the vulnerable, guess what happens? That society is doomed to fail.
Yeah.
And thank you for the opportunity. It's been an honor to be with you. Please have us on anytime we open up and stuff. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. What you do for Bon County, coming together, the way how you guys coming to.
I made you from citizen. We already made you citizen of Bon County. You got to bring.
I know, right? Yes, indeed. And I accept it wholeheartedly with gratitude.
Thank you. By the way, July 18th is our convention. Let me do another
July
promo.
18th? Okay.
July 18th, it will be virtual. Bon County citizens all over the world come and join. We have a platform that will be able to, and 2027 we'll meet in person, but this year we're doing it virtual so we can give opportunity to everybody to participate.
Problem. And you can let us know at any time. You can come on, even if it's just for 15 minutes before the convention, to kind of get it.
And Michael, if we have time, I know I'm talking more the policy end.
Right here.
If you have some time, you can please accommodate our policy, our team, the investigative team, so that we can come on board and give more scientific facts. And for me, I'm a policy person. I talk more in area policy and stuff, and so they can kind of give a real picture of how they find this process. Really,
Absolutely.
if you can.
Absolutely. We can definitely find time for that and to negotiate with them and bring them on. We can definitely do that. Thank you so much, Mr. Bamakoli, for coming. We appreciate you. And the platform is your platform. Like I said, we'll discuss about the investigators and see when we can pull them in and have a show. Even if it's for an hour, we'll definitely do that. All right.
Thank you
so much. We appreciate you. All right. Okay, people. So there you have it. We had on today on LIB Future TV Monday edition. We had the United Bon County Association in Americas, and they were discussing the chemical spillage that happened late January in Money Sweet Town, upper Bon County, and the effects that it's had on the residents of that town, and how this spillage was caused by a truck owned or operated by M&G Gold that was carrying a very corrosive material, hydrochloric acid. For those of you who did your late chemistry, even high school, you know hydrochloric acid and small acid, right? Very corrosive. Whether it touches your skin or you inhale it, it gets into your lungs. And, so whether we are talking about effects that happen today to people, or whether we are talking about long-term effects that might happen, whether birth defects, whether cancerous cells later on in life, there's so many challenges in our country today as it is for them to add this one to it. And for a country that is making profit, for a country that is exporting gold from our country and making millions and hundreds and millions of dollars. And when something like this happens and they cannot step up to the plate and do the responsible thing, we are looking towards the EPA. We are looking towards the lands, mines, and energy. We are looking towards our local government. We are looking towards our legislative leaders. We are looking towards His Excellency, President Boakai himself, to look into this matter, okay, and help bring some relief to the people of Money Sweet Town. They do not deserve this. They play no role in this. They open up their arms to this company. They allow this company to come in and do their operations. But if something happens, somebody needs to stand up in the gap for them. Somebody needs to stand up on their behalf and make sure, what will it take, my people? What will it take for M&G Gold to take $500,000 or $1 million. This town and the surrounding towns has almost 2,000 residents. What would it take? All the millions and millions of dollars that you are extracting out of Liberia, what would it take for you to turn around and put $1 million back into this community and say, look, we're sorry for what happened. Yes, what we can do to help make it whole. We will clean up this thing the way it's supposed to be cleaned up. Not only that, we'll make sure that we not only provide healthcare, but follow up healthcare with those who may have been infected. This is what we are going to do when it comes to your water, your drinking water, so that any of this spillage that kind of seeped into the groundwater, it will not affect your drinking. This is what we will do to help improve that situation. This is what we will help to do to make sure it never happens again. And if God forbid it happens again, this is how we address it to make sure that it's cleaned up quickly. These are the things we are going to do to make sure we help make it whole. We'll even set up a fund because these things happen with long-term effect. So we'll set up a fund. So whether that's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, God forbid, anything starts to show up later on, that money what we'll set aside that just been sitting there growing, and then you guys can access that money to go ahead and address whatever issues that you may have. Have a heart, even if you are a business, even if you are a foreigner, have a heart for these innocent people that did nothing to you but welcome you into their communities, embrace you, and allow you to do your work to extract gold, valuable gold from there. And we all know how the price of gold has risen. We're not going to talk the politics of it. Look, I'm a businessman myself. I value business, okay? Anybody who can find business to do somewhere and make a decent profit, good luck to you. Go right ahead. But as you make that profit, when negative things happen, step in and do the needy. Step in and do the right thing so that you make people whole, so that everybody feels satisfied with what you are doing. And you don't just come in, and act like hawks and just take, and then just leave the people stranded. We are talking not just about civilians. We are talking about pregnant women. We are talking about the elderly. We are talking about children. You know how children like to play, how children like to run around, and just be wild. How many of them has been exposed to this thing? How many of them? What is their future? How are they going to reckon with it when it starts to show up later on in life for them? What are we going to do when the birth defects happen? What are we going to do when mothers can't have children or any more children for that matter? When young women growing up into adulthood, getting married and find out they are barren because of a spill that happened when they were 9, 10 years old. What are we going to do? These are the things that we need to think about. What will going to happen when people start showing up with cancerous cells because of this? Who's going to treat them? Who's going to provide the health care for them? So we want to call on all of you, whether you are a national leader, whether you are a son of Bon County, whether you are from any part of Liberia and you are hearing this, okay? Call your lawmaker. Reach out to the people that need to be reached out to, okay? Senator Mui, I know you. I know how strong an advocate you are, okay? I know you, how strong you are when it comes to these things. We need you at a time like this to stand up and be vocal. We need you. Your people need you, okay? So I'm hoping you respond. My lines are open. My WhatsApp is open. You guys have my number. You want to reach out, you want to come on the show at any time, you want to speak on this, it is open. I don't want this to appear as if it comes from one side. I don't want this to be a one-sided issue. I don't want this to be a United Bon County Association versus the EPA or versus the government. Like, no. They came on here and they spoke very clearly that all they are looking for is teamwork. They are looking for people to join them to fight on behalf of these vulnerable citizens that cannot fight for themselves. That's all they are saying. All right. So with that, since we are talking about, we still have 10 minutes left here, or a little over 10 minutes. Since we are talking about environmental issues, right? I thought to bring this on. since we are discussing this issue, so I came across these pictures, okay, and and they were very telling, okay, and I thought to share it with you all. And for those of you in Radio Land, um, I will be sharing it. I will be speaking about it, and if you're in Radio Land, you're in Liberia. So I can't even tell you. I can't because you're already eating the food. I can't even tell you how the food tasting. Okay, because you're already tasting the food. You're already eating the food every day. But these were pictures that I came across. Today we're talking about the environment. We're talking about the health of the environment. And so I came across these pictures, and they were just extremely telling. This is Douala. Everybody here knows Douala. Nobody is strange to Douala. These pictures are from Douala. Okay? The dye, the plastic, the garbage. This is Douala, people. This is not Douala last week. No. This is not Douala last month. This is not Douala January, February, March, April. No. Okay? This is Douala. Present Douala. See the dye. See the dye. See the dirt. And what are our people doing? What are you guys really doing? You have people living in dirt. You have people living in garbage. Douala is a market. That's why we sell food. Food that everybody eats. If you're selling the food in a day, what do you think gonna happen when you buy that food? What do you think is gonna happen when the fly go sit down there? Then the fly leave from there, go sit down on the food. I mean, this is not rocket science, people. The health of our nation, okay, depends on things like this. What do you think is gonna happen? It not start raining. So it rain, the water come, it wash among the day, it go into the groundwater. Groundwater, it go into the wells. Then people go draw water. They take bowel aid. They get rashes on their skin. I can't tell you how many young people I've come across in the last 1 month that get rashes on their skin, unexplained. These are not people that go play in the day, okay? These are people that bathe twice a day, but yet they are getting rashes on their skin, and it's unexplained. They can't find it. The source of it. They can't find the source of it. But here's the source. And for those of you in Radio Land, what the picture I'm showing right now is a picture of Douala. You've been to Douala before. Just pass through Douala, you'll see the dirt. You will see the dirt. It's not hidden. It's not in hiding. It's there. If you want to go in the market, you'll water money there. From the day to the market store, there is no division. None. Everything here together. And those are the pictures we are looking at right now as I speak. This is where people are sitting. This is where market women are sitting. And we will not leave people like the marketing association out of this. I'm sorry, but I gotta bring you into this. Because all the market people, every single day, they pay the small fee. You can't around collect it. One day you can miss your fee. Whether they sell or they sell, you want your money. But part of your job is to make sure the environment is clean every day. That it is sanitized every day. So what you're doing? What you're doing that marketeers paying the money every day, and the state is sitting there in debt. What are you guys doing? Ministry of Health. Look, building a hospital is one thing. Putting medicine in a hospital is another thing. Getting nurses and healthcare workers is another thing. But the very front line, the very first step is a healthy environment. Because when you have a healthy environment, then you can avoid those diseases, the waterborne diseases, the skin diseases, all those things, the diarrhea, the dysentery, the cholera, all those things, you can prevent those things. So when you prevent those things, guess what? It removes, it lessens the stress on the healthcare system. So the number of children that we see showing up to the hospital every day will reduce. And the reason why it will reduce is because you are reducing the chances of them affecting those children and those mothers. That's what you reduce. That's the very first step. That's the front line of it all. Prevention. That's the front line. What are you doing? How is Zwada looking like this and you okay with it? What would it take to clean this place up every day? I mean, why is it so impossible? You have a country with 80% unemployment. I'm talking among the youth, even higher than that. Maybe like 93, 94% unemployment among the youth. What will it take to put together young people and on a daily basis, get them to clean this place and you pay them? What will it take? You will keep them busy. You will put money in their pocket. You will get a cleaner environment. You'll reduce disease and sicknesses. You'll reduce the stress on the health department, on the healthcare. I mean, like it's a win-win situation all around. Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing this? Then people want to tell me about other things, about oh, the building so and so. Oh, the building so and so. The president already called for the reduction in travel. Okay, yes, chief. The people are not going plenty places anymore. What are you doing with that money? What are you doing with that money? I mean, come on now. And I'll call my man Blue. We got Blue that era day. This is District 17. That era day, my man. If you talk, who will talk for you? You need to write a letter. DJ Blue, you need to write a letter to the speaker. Put it on the floor. Call in your commissioners for these areas. Call in the city mayors. All those who are responsible for the marketing association. Call them in. Let them answer as to why your people, your constituents, the people that voted for you, why are they sitting in there? You probably play every single day Blue to go home. Come on now. Douala can't just be Douala. And this thing is not impossible. It's not impossible. And if you do it and do it the right way, you clean this place up, you bring in the right containers to hold it there, and you make sure that day is clean every single day. The play will not do like this. You will not even need that. You will not need front loader. You will not need all that other thing. You will just need the garbage collection to be done. That's all you will need. Look at all these people that pay money. You tell me, say, they can't come from here? Come on, Blue. You can do better than that, man. I already know you. You know better. And you know what the saying says. When you know better, you do better. That's what happens. When you know better, you do better. So, Blue, I know you know better. I already know that one. You don't have to convince me. But now you got to do better. You got to demand better. You have to for your people. These people depending on you. They are depending on you. You have to show up for them, or you have to fight for them. If you fight, we'll fight along with you. If you show up, we'll show up with you. You will not do this alone, I promise you. You will not. But you got to lead this effort. We can't be talking in the wilderness. Summon the people. Put the letter on the floor. Summon them. Let them come answer. Why are they looking like this? The floor is open. The station is open. This program is open to you. You want to come next week? You want to talk about this? You want to talk about the efforts you've made? You want to talk about what's in the pipeline to get this thing straightened up? You are more than welcome, DJ. You are more than welcome here. We will hear you. We will, for the good things, we'll applaud you. For the other things, we will challenge you, but we will not let you stand alone. We will stand with you in this process. And if you stand on the right side, you will see all of us standing there with you. That I promise you of it. Okay? That I promise you. There's one last thing I want to talk about here. I think I got like 2 minutes. So there's one last thing I want to talk about here before I go for this last 2 minutes. There is this letter that has been circulating in the Republic of Liberia. And in this letter, my people, I swear, people already play with all. This letter was written by the Honorable Ambassador. I swear. So let me bring you up to speed a little bit here, and then I will tell you about the letter. Okay. So hold on here 1 second. I want to put a letter up for my people who are viewing, for them to be able to follow along. So I want to put a letter up here so that they can follow along with me. So if you guys remember, a short time ago, Ambassador, hold on here, people. Ambassador Sheikh Al Mustafa Komate, right? Came out with an expose, very powerful expose. And he talked about the challenges of the government. And he talked about how concessions were wrong. The way they were accepted, the way they were written, the way they were being effected were wrong. And he got a lot of applause for it. He put himself right in the spotlight. But not only did he do that, he also put himself in the spotlight of his boss, the Honorable President, Jose Iman Boyka. And while we were still clapping for him, the next thing we saw, the man was in front of the legislature apologizing, telling them sorry, and almost begging them to please forgive him. And even though we felt really disappointed in him, but it is what it is. Now he came out with a letter today. We'll post a letter on the website, on the Liberia Future TV website for those of you to follow. But it seems like our Honorable Ambassador has grown some kahunas. And he was instructed by the legislature for 4 days to go on OKFM and other public media and to apologize. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 times to do it. And today he has refused. He is saying no, he's not going to do it. He's standing by his story. He's standing by his statement. Anything that happens, let it happen. As belated as it is, we'll tell him good for you. At least, you will lose your job, but at least you'll lose your job in dignity. Good for you. Good for you. It's late, but, at least it happened. Look, to our audience out there, we want to tell you thank you for joining us. Thank you for a fabulous time. As you know, we had on the Bond County Association of the Americas. They talked about the spillage. We've invited to our forum now the EPA. We've invited the Bond County lawmakers and the superintendent, all of leadership. They're open. We're open to have you on. Let's discuss this. Let's move this forward. Okay. And to Jeff, thank you so much for hosting us this Monday. We appreciate you, Chief, for all that you do. And hopefully we'll see you again next Monday. But for us on this side, it's bye.
LIB, stand up. Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland,
Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.